Your beliefs influence just about everything in your life. They shape how you see yourself, what you expect from yourself, from others, what you think is possible, how you respond to challenges, what risks you take, what you tolerate, even how you lead. The interesting thing is that most beliefs operate so automatically that people rarely stop to question them or even acknowledge them. They simply assume this is who I am. This is how life works. This is how people are. I'm Dr. Julie Donley, a leadership coach, an award winning author, and a former executive nurse in behavioral healthcare. And I help people to lead themselves and others with more calm, clarity, and confidence. And in my book, Does Change Have to Be So Hard? I write about why change feels so difficult and how our mindset either helps us to move forward or keeps us stuck. Now, in the book, I provide 8 mindset strategies for making change easier to navigate and more sustainable. The eighth strategy is to adopt empowering beliefs because beliefs either support growth or they quietly work against it. And honestly, many people are trying to create change while still holding beliefs that make change impossible. For example, I'm just not disciplined. Oh, people never change. I always fail at this. Conflict, ooh, it's bad. I'm not confident enough. It's too late for me. I'm too old. I have to do everything myself. I'm responsible for everyone's feelings. Those beliefs influence behavior, whether you realize it or not. Now, this strategy connects to every part of why change is hard, which is habits, attachments, resistance, and discouragement. Though your beliefs influence all of them. Your beliefs shape your habits, they shape what you become attached to, including your identity. They shape what you resist and what you're scared of. They shape whether discouragement becomes temporary or permanent. And this is why awareness matters so much. We have to dig and unpack to uncover these beliefs, which live deep within our mindsets. You can't change beliefs you never examine. One of the most powerful things that people can begin doing is noticing their internal language and even the language that you say to others. What do you repeatedly say to yourself? Are you nice? What assumptions do you carry? What expectations are shaping your reactions? Where did all those beliefs come from? Sometimes some of our beliefs were learned in childhood. They were picked up by things we saw, interpreted by what we witnessed or experienced. Some beliefs learned in childhood were faulty. We learned them from other people who taught us beliefs. It doesn't necessarily mean they were bad. They may have helped us survive our childhood, but that doesn't mean they're helpful to us today. Some of our beliefs were shaped through very painful experiences. And some come from family experiences, systems, workplaces, culture, fear, repeated disappointment. Some beliefs, as I said, may have protected you at one point. But do they continue to serve the life you're trying to create today? It doesn't mean you replace every belief with unrealistic positivity. That's not what we're going for here. Empowering beliefs are not about pretending that everything's easy and, it'll just be great, but they are beliefs that create possibility, resilience, responsibility, growth, and healthier choices. For example, if you think, I always fail, you might begin practicing, I can learn through this, or what can I learn through this? Instead of, I'm not good at difficult conversations, you might shift toward, this is a skill I can strengthen. I can learn how to do this better. Instead of, I have to figure everything out perfectly, or I have to figure everything out myself, you might practice, I can take the next step and learn along the way, or I can ask for help. Those shifts matter because beliefs influence our emotional responses, and emotional responses influence our behavior. If you want different behavior, you got to look underneath the cover to the beliefs that are driving you to behave in the way you do. This matters deeply in leadership too, because leaders communicate their beliefs constantly through their actions. If a leader believes people are lazy, difficult, or incapable, that belief shows up in how they communicate. Even if you try not to, it will show up in how you communicate, delegate, trust, and respond. We have mirror neurons in our brain that help us to determine how what people are feeling. And so even if you pretend to think something else, the other person feels it. Leaders who believe that people can grow, that they can learn, that they can improve, that they can contribute, tend to create very different work environments. And this is part of leading at the speed of people. So take a moment to reflect, what belief might be making change harder for you right now? And what belief would you like to adopt that would serve you better? Now, this strategy comes directly from my book, Does Change Have to Be So Hard? Where I explain these strategies much more depth. To learn more, you can visit my website, drjuliedonley.com, or you can search for the book on Amazon or in your favorite bookstore. Now, if this video resonated, then be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel for more strategies. And by all means, share it with someone who needs to hear this message and who wants to lead at the speed of people. I'm Dr. Julie Donley. Till next time, happy leading.